With global warming on a precipitous rise, President Trump is setting up a false choice between preserving Obama-era climate rules and fostering business growth.
I don't think it's a hoax. I think there's probably a difference, but I don't know that it's man-made. I don't want to lose millions and millions of jobs. I don't want to be put at a disadvantage.
Scientists predict that with the current rate of emissions, the global temperature will rise 4 degrees Celsius by the end of the century. World leaders agreed to try to keep the global temperature rise to 1.5 degrees by pledging modest cuts in their emissions in the 2015 Paris Climate Agreement. But President Trump has promised to withdraw the U.S. from the agreement and abandon the global effort to reduce emissions.
The United States will withdraw.
As one of the main producers of greenhouse gases, the U.S. is a hugely important part of any global climate effort. It released a whopping 13% of the world's greenhouse gases in 2016. U.S. emissions largely come from carbon dioxide, along with methane, nitrous oxide, and other strong industrial chemicals. But the Trump administration has put forward proposals to halt earlier efforts by the Obama administration to curb the release of those gases. It has proposed freezing fuel efficiency standards until 2026, instead of continuing an Obama-era plan to raise standards above 50 miles per gallon by 2025. Its reason for pursuing the freeze? Saving money, especially for auto manufacturers.
We're going to make the process much more simple for the auto companies.
It has proposed relaxing pollution standards for coal-fired power plants in order to bolster the coal industry.
Clean, beautiful coal, and we're putting miners back to work.
It has proposed easing regulations for oil and gas firms to capture methane leaks on federal and tribal lands so that operators will have lower compliance costs.
I am taking historic steps to lift the restrictions on American energy.
It has proposed eliminating rules to prevent leaks of powerful greenhouse gases called hydrofluorocarbons, which are used in air conditioners and large refrigerators. Why? To save companies a government-projected $39 million annually in regulatory costs.
The never-ending growth of red tape in America has come to a sudden, screeching, and beautiful halt.
A flurry of lawsuits have greeted Trump's actions, led by California and environmental groups. And a number of states have pledged to meet the Paris Climate Accord's emissions cuts, even without federal cooperation. But the United States carbon dioxide emissions are projected to increase in 2018, for the first time in more than a decade. Without federal pressures on industries, it's unclear if the country will make any progress in stemming its sizable contribution to climate change.